Am I going to get fired for not going to your church?
You might be. We're kind of culty like that. We were talking about David and how he took on Goliath. That's a big story in the Bible that even if you're not, crazy been in faith for a long time, it's a story that is gotten into like just culture even, taking on your Goliath kind of thing. And so David was this shepherd boy, takes on Goliath, and instead of going there with all this armor and a sword and a spear, he goes with a slingshot and 5 stones. And so our pastor was breaking down the 5 stones we need to have with us for facing life's giants. And I thought that was kind of cool. So stone 1 was perspective. And so David saw things very differently. Everyone else saw the problem being Goliath, but David saw the solution, which was God, and that our giants aren't always like we see them.
And no matter what, no matter how big the giant seems to you, that your God is always bigger than the giant, too.
Absolutely. It's almost like you were there.
What?
Yeah, and you don't even go to our church.
I know.
Gavin goes to our satellite campus in Belmont.
Am I going to get fired for not going to your church?
You might be. We're kind of culty like that. The second one was the stone of power. Like David knew what God and God alone could do. And the Spirit of God was greater than all the problems in the world that we face. And when you think about it, there's a Jeremy Camp song, That Same Power. But the Spirit of God that raised Jesus from the dead is the same power that you have in you as well. It's more than just a song. It's something that you actually can tap into. The third stone was the stone of faith. David had faith in God and what God can do, and he didn't wait for an invitation. He believed that God would show up and not even so much to protect him, but rather he would show up and show his power to everyone. That's the whole reason he went to fight Goliath was making fun and maligning God, and he's like, absolutely not. And he headed down that mountain with no seeming preparation, just boom, here we go, here's 5 stones.
Doing the right thing and knowing that God would be on his side for it.
Exactly. Number 4 was the stone of example. These are facing the giants in your life. Your faith in God, when everything seems hopeless, will inspire others to follow God. David inspired all of Israel that day to win this big battle afterwards because of his faith. Becca, you sharing your stories about the 3 years of medical issues with Joey has been something that, as you've walked through that so beautifully on the air, it inspires people. Zach losing his son Samuel and sharing that stuff, it inspires people. Our hard times actually can be inspirational to other people. And then the 5th stone for facing the giants is the stone of victory. God trusted, David trusted that God had already won the victory, and the battle was won before he even got there. As he started walking toward the fight in faith, he believed that God was going to win this thing, and didn't even know how it was going to look. He just knew the victory was him. And the same is true today. God goes before us in all our battles, just like he did with David. But the difference is, do we believe like David did? So there you go. Those are your 5 stones for facing your giants in your life.